Last time the Star Wars Chronicles Prophesied king. After the birth on Dragonel, it was time for an actual final battle with Team Magnet. Though it seemed they had Pierce on the ropes, he finally decided to use his ability, which allowed him to transform into a dragon. Fortunately, it was uncontrollable. Unfortunately, it was freaking powerful and was able to destroy the entirety of Scottsdale. They decided to do their best to try to take down Pearson as Dragonel took off with his weird alter ego enemy. Though he proved the best him, thanks to the fact that he's seen Flash's rapier, Dragonel was able to put that all aside to finally put down the amalgamation for good, leaving Pearson with the other guys. Though it was a hard battle, they managed to find a way to take down the dragon for good, and after doing so, completed the fourth trial of the king. Though Scottsdale's in shambles, the spirits of our heroes are up at all-time high. And whatever may come next, they'll be ready for that challenge. Episode 28, The Dark Council. Another year has passed since the team added event. We're taken back to the Starvanian castle cell where Morgan was laying there in a better state than before. She seemed to be resting as thoughts of what will happen next swirled around her mind. It wasn't until a noise of a cell opening before she made another move. She looked up to see Darky walk up to her sternly.
That time in the day.
Darky walks to the side of her, remaining silent looking at the bar window. It seems that more and more we do this, the further away your son is getting from my grasp. He holds his hand out the window while clenching his fist. She gives him a cautious glare as Darky turned back. I thought I had him not too long ago, but the Scots operation only made him more invisible than before. Whatever you did, I'll commend you on your intelligence. She gave a snarky laugh after hearing that.
And do you expect flattery will let my guard down? We've been at this for a while. I thought you would be craftier than that. Had we lost our touch?
Darky shook his head while giving back his laugh. You will lose far more once I figured it out. It's clear to me that I won't get the answer from you, though. Yet you are still used to me. He goes down to the level while perking your chin up. Morgan, I hate having to use people as tools. I've been down that road myself, and I want to apologize for the acts I caused upon you and your family. But understand I need to complete my agenda to stop people like you from doing that. Larry takes off his mask to show his face. He had pale white skin along with black long hair and scars across his face. Tools are only meant for one thing. We as people can and will do so much more. We need to be completely transparent. I know it wasn't by your choice to take this role. That kind of behavior leads me to this agenda. He grips his helmet hard. You can get out of this with your whatever you have left. I insist you tell me where your son is. Morgan studied his face before saying another word.
Will you keep him alive?
Darky remained hesitant before speaking. Both him and I are in the same field of commitment.
Then I'll keep my mouth shut for eternity if I have to.
Darky seemed a little disappointed to hearing that. He puts his mask back on while staring at her. We are where we come from. You don't have to be the slave that's that family. If only you could see that.
I am this family.
Darky turned hers back to her. If that's what you believe, then so be it. You seem to be holding back an emotion. Though, I do mean what I say. I'm sorry for how I'm treating you, but if you hold firm with this rule, then I won't have a single ounce of regret while doing next. He walks with Morgan still cautiously looking at him. We now go to him in some sort of cafe eating some sort of pork along with some water. He reads through some documents with his mask sitting right beside him. Oh, Morgan, if only you knew what this family was really about. He eats more pork while reading through some of the documents. He looks up to see someone sit there in front of him. He looks at them shocked while dropping his fork. Jay? The man was about his height with blonde hair and a worn-down outfit. He looked back at him with a smile. Dara gets up while reaching for him, but he stops as the man seen had disappeared. He struggles to find where he went before he hears something.
Still chasing the past, huh?
He looks back at the door side where Jay was leaning against. Darky shed a few tears seeing him.
And here I thought you forgot about me.
Darky walks closer slowly. How could I ever forget? Jay gives a quick chuckle.
Oh, Bartho, you know this isn't real.
Darky sighs after hearing that. But I'm so close to achieving our goal.
Our goal? Is that what you really keep telling yourself? If you really were that close, you would be here with me instead of falling into your own illusions.
Darky started to look down to hearing that.
It's almost like you forgot the never-ending cycle we call life and how we live it. Unless you remember the old saying.
Darky continued to stand there while shaking his head. I haven't forgotten anything. I will achieve our promise. Jay seemed to randomly disappear as the door opened. One of the guards came into the dining hall. Sir, he's here! Darky remained still as he looked at the door concerningly. Sir? He comes back to reality as he puts his mask back on. Right, I'll be there in a second. The scene cuts to Darky coming back to the throne room. There, he sees Poisonovich looking at the throne. He takes notice of Darky's presence.
My father once told me that this land was meant to be ours.
He turns back to him with a serious look.
Though, until the fall of Spartacus, I can't take it just yet. This throne can't be ours, unfortunately.
That is a sense of pride. Though if you ask me, a king shouldn't rule this land. He really wants to prosper.
I know. Regardless, I hate to inform you that his fall has taken longer than anticipated.
Darky stares back at him annoyed.
I understand you were dealing with some personal matters, but given that it didn't take that long for you to finish it, having Spartacus' defeat should have been done ages ago.
Other issues prevented me from doing so. Poisonovich snapped back angrily.
Other issues? That didn't stop you with his father, did it?
Darky just remained silent as he let him talk.
It is time I take matters into my own hands. I'm having the Dark Council take over.
Those three? You seriously think they would do a better job? Poisonovich confidently smirked.
I'm not completely sure, but they are making more of an effort as we speak.
Now we are taken back to Earth. In Phoenix, we go to a small shack within alleyways that seem a little run down compared to everything else. We then see someone come into it with a brown bag in his hand, for it was Anto. He seemed a little more contemptful as he entered the messy living room. He sits on the destroyed couch while turning on the TV. It was a news report. After the anniversary of the Dragon of Scottsdale, the city itself is still going through its rebuild. Though it made a lot of progress, buildings, homes, businesses have yet to be finished within the city. He laughs while taking a bag of chips.
Those idiots will never finish it.
As he was laughing, he heard a door knock.
Should I answer the door with my famous plate of cookies?
Anto gets up slowly.
Relax. I have at least one working foot.
He goes over to open it.
Welcome to Anso Friends Bounty Business. How can I serve you?
He then gave a weird look at three weird individuals. One was a bulky man with a purple cape, a gray tank, and black pants with boots along with short black hair. The other was a man in black and blue tuxedo along with brown hair, a top hat, and a cane. The other was a purple flame in the shape of a small human with a black cape. They all stood studiously as they stared at the cyborg. Could you tell us where we can find one Michael Stoticus? Anto remained silent as he widened his eyes.
Who are you exactly?
The bulky man sent his fist in the wall of the door fiercely when Anto was fleeing some more. I asked you first, dumbass. The tuxedo man pulled him away. Apologies for my friend's behavior. We've been searching all month for him, and he's a little on edge. The bulky man gave an uneasy look. The flame guy then pushed him along. Come on, he's clearly pissing himself as we speak. We ain't getting an answer from him. They both rolled their eyes. Very well, I suppose we'll find someone else to ask. They walk away as Anto remained silent. He sighed in relief as he said that.
I never thought I would be that threatened, but until you pulled it off, that bounty is still yours for the taking.
What bounty? He sweats honestly again as he sees the tuxedo guy stare at him suspiciously.
Oh, you know, the bounty on the guy who has it.
He awkwardly smirks while shrugging. That's when the tuxedo man got closer himself with a confident smile. You know exactly who we're talking about, don't you? Anto shakes his head.
Look, I don't know anything about this star dumbass or whatever. Can you just leave me be?
He feels the bulky man grab onto him from the back. Tell us not before I break you. Anto tried to reach for his watch, but the strength was too much for him to do that. He's not gonna tell us if he's dead. The bulky guy then felt Anti-Tin throw cookies at him.
You will let go of him immediately.
He gave the robot an annoyed look before going over and smashing him into pieces. Anti-Tin tried to fight back, but it was too late before he was completely destroyed. Anto called out for him while trying to catch his breath, but it was too late.
Great! Now I gotta fix him later. Thanks for making my life harder, asswipe.
The bulky man stared back at him fiercely once more. Anto then backed while putting his hands up.
Alright, I'll tell you. As long as you assist me.
The tuxedo man patted his back calmly. Rest assured, you will be paid for your services. Anto nervously nods as he began to lead.
Good. By the way, what is your guys' name?
My name is Count of Nightmare Chuck. The big guy is Fence's nemesis, and the fire god goes by Dark Flame. Though it's only a persona, as he refuses to say his real name. Dark Flame gave him a deadly glare. Anyway, we go by the Dark Council. That's all we'll say. Now lead. And to nervously nods, he does so. This takes us to a weird building. On the outside was nothing special, but inside was some sort of makeshift lab. Our heroes reside here as the day goes by. Mikey and Sora were playing video games with Cody in one of the rooms beside them. It was some sort of adventure game that had the three of them working together. They were struggling against some sort of desert level. Guys, I told you to go left from the palm tree, not a complete U-turn. But you said go back, didn't you? Cody stares back at him annoyed. Now, as before, I changed my mind.
It would have been nice to hear that an hour ago.
Well, you two are the future of Starvania. I don't see you two leading anything. They both stare back at him amused. Go ahead. Staring at me isn't gonna make you unlost. They stopped as Terry was coming in with a book in his hand. He was reading while sitting on the couch beside them. Hey, what you reading there? Terry looked back at him oddly as he was still reading. Kinda guy has some privacy? When you're sitting in a room with 3 other people, no. Terry scoffed as he closes the book. I suppose you must know. I'm reading about some of the universe's mysterious artifacts. He then takes notice of the screen in front of them. By the way, the way to beat this level is with a strategy guide. They all give him an amused look.
Gee, why haven't we thought of that?
Anyway, what kind of artifacts are there? He shrugs while looking through the book. Plenty, like this pearl necklace in the shape of a raindrop, some sort of black goo, rare shards of mirror. Oh, and this one is most interesting to me. He holds out while pointing at the picture of an orange circle with yellow arrows chasing each other inside. They all look with their own interest. It's called the Circle of Life. It's said to trap anyone who touches it with the light Gaia. Once you're trapped, you experience your life over and over again until you find a way to break said cycle. Kinda morbid when putting into context, yet they do say it could be great for therapy.
How does it usually take?
He shrugs again while reading through. Don't know. Don't say anything like that. In fact, I don't even know who created it either. Some say Gaia, some even claim God has created it. Honestly, there really isn't a clear-cut answer. He then saucily glances back at them. Hold on, why are you so interested in this? Mikey and Sora give each other a confident nod as they both were thinking the same thing. They think using that circle theme will help us in our fight with Darky. It'll show him how his execution is wrong or whatever, and roses and butterflies will come back with him as he becomes the next Gandhi or whatever. Duh. I wouldn't bother. Not even that would change his mind. They then heard David march into the room as he was eating something. What's going on? He sees the book for himself. Ah, the Circle of Life. Didn't know you guys were interested in that. They all give him a shocked look.
Wait, you knew about it?
Of course, nothing new for us Starvanians. He leans against the couch confidently. I remember when my father got raving about it. He was a big Gaia fan who was what I believe to be an elemental of light. It's something that helps for some trials of the king as well. It's something pretty unique, I must say. Unfortunately, no one knows where it is anymore. It is what it is, but I can't imagine if some people will respond seeing it again. Actually, it's to be last seen in the western desert in Egypt. David widened his eyes at hearing that. Say what now? He shoved him into the line. It's quite a while ago, but it is the most recent account for it. David takes the book for himself to read. He didn't close it with a thought. Is everything okay? He stares back at them with glee. The scene then shifts to David having every member standing in front of the building with bags by their legs. Listen up! The fight against Darky is drawing nearer and nearer, and having every resource we need is necessary. The Circle of Life will be the key as it can help us get his life back together easily. And we assume it's still in Egypt. It has to be, otherwise it might be in a lot of trouble. Sierra and Cody both get an amused look as they were staying there.
Well, I don't care either way. Why must we take part of this treasure hunt?
Cody picks up his bag as he goes back in. Don't know and don't care, I'm heading back in. Sierra follows him.
First time we're agreeing on something.
Dave looks disappointed. Anyone else want to quit? The rest gets their bags to go. Seriously, am I the only one who cares about this? Look, David, it's not as much we don't care as we really don't, but we don't know what's happening next. It was only a thought for all of us, and we might consider in the future, but not now. David shook his head as he picked up his bag. Fine, I'll do it myself then. He stops as he sees Layton stand in front of him. Good day. Mind if I come in? David remained surprised he saw him. We now cut to the dining room where Layton was standing sternly by the table as everyone else, including Francisco this time, was on the other side. Greetings, everyone. I hope this past year was good. Carrie tried commenting but was quickly interrupted. Anyway, I have many things to do today, and I don't have a lot of time. So let me make this brief. Your quest is nearing an end. Just one more trial before you have the long way to fight for the throne. Maggie stares at him seriously as Layton puts a piece of paper down that had the words Circle of Life on it. I am here to give you word of the trial, though I won't tell you the opponent. All you need to know is regarding the trial is to seek out the Circle of Life. There you will find the last trial. They all gave shocked look as Layton began to walk out. That is all. See you. He walks out as everyone's thoughts begin to race. There's no way it's that coincidental, is it? What does that have to do with the trial? They take the charge again. Well, looks like we're heading to Egypt after all. With a deep breath, they all knew what they needed to do next. Back outside, Francisco helped look for the quest as they got a van ready to go. As always, I'll stay here to finish up the rocket. Should be done by the time you get back. That's good to hear. Though why can't Terry get a portal there? Simple. Never been there. Fury showed reflection. Our vacation, about time. Oh, that here work finally gets paid off. Terry left his gun to the van. First off, it's not a vacation. He came rambling as Mikey and Sora get their bags ready.
First Romania, now Egypt? Who would have thought we'd be doing this 5 years ago?
Mike looked out unsure. He took notes for comment as he laughed. Yeah, I know. He didn't feel something off inside him. We're almost there, aren't we? Sora looks at him worried as he thinks.
Now that you mention it, it is weird to think about.
She then grabs his hand.
But hey, we do this like we always do, together.
He nods as they get into the van. Francisco waves by as David drives away. He then goes inside as the 4 individuals roll up to the building, for it was Anto and the 3 others.
Ooh, you just missed them. Seems like they're driving away. What a shame.
He looks back to see them unamused.
Well, looks like we might as well go home. No way we're catching up to them.
Nemesis takes the charge as he enters the building. He sees Francisco run behind a wall. Chuck was face-palming as it was happening. Here we go again. Nemesis goes over and picks up Francisco by his jacket. Where are the others people going? Who are you anyway? Nemesis has his fist on the wall. I am not playing around. Where did they go? Dark Flynn goes over while burning his bit of his cape. It's obvious, isn't it? Look. He points to Chuck behind them. Unless you forgot about his ability, then go for it. Yet we should rely on him, shouldn't we? Nemesis gives Francisco a deadly stare as he lets him go. Fine. Get to work, you stupid millionaire. Chuck shrugs as he goes over to sit in the car. I will gladly. Now sidebook, follow them.
Hey, I was paid to take you here. That's it. I'm not your slave.
Chuck glares at his red eyes at him. Follow them. Anto's ego shrank as he got into the driver's seat. The other 2 got in as well, and they drove down the same way they did. It is now nighttime as the group rode in the plane that took them to their next destination. Dragonel was seen to be struggling with sitting as he kept fidgeting with his belt. Cody sat beside him as he was doing that, unamused. Gah, these damn seatbelts are super uncomfortable. Why can't I just fly along with you guys? Cody just sighed in annoyance as Dragonel rant. David here heard this from the car seat. You chose to be with us, didn't you? He kept fidgeting it. I get lonely sometimes, okay? Cody stares at David after hearing that. Just be glad you aren't sitting next to them. Sierra then reaches from behind them.
How about you be glad not being a third wheel?
Cody stood back to see Mikey and Sora rest their head on each other. Those 2, I swear. He didn't think to himself. Well, Sierra, you don't have to be the third wheel. She gave him a cold stare.
When is it going to get for rodeo?
Cody shrugs as he sat back down. What do you think, Terry? Terry's in the front row, saying by himself. I think you guys need to calm down before we draw more attention to ourselves. David looks over to see some people stare at them weirdly. How about we rest until we get there? Cody rolled his eyes, he wanted to do just that. Not much was happening as his dream began. Only, it was weird to see himself in a dark room with nothing but a white light on top of him. Oh, it's one of those dreams. Alright, just see through it. He hears other behind him. With a long look, he turns around to see a giant creature come up to him. As it got closer, it revealed itself as a giant bat. He just blankly stared at it. Comical, a nightmare. Good thing it's only in my... He just stopped himself, only it seems he was still staying there. I said, good thing it's only in my... He stopped himself again. He begins to awkwardly laugh and just keeps slapping himself. This isn't funny anymore. Wake up! He starts to realize he wasn't. He nervously stares at the bat as he takes flight. Oh shit. He runs away as the bat follows. Of course a nightmare on an airplane. It's even worse than having any of your parents-in-law. He looked back again, but something came to mind. But it's still a dream. He slides back and uses his mind. He thinks really hard as his Eagle Man suit appears. Nice try, but you're attacking me in the worst place possible. Maybe next time, don't be. He goes to slash him on the shoulder. He sees blood coming out of it. Why do I open my mouth? He hit him hard, hit him again, but he managed to shrug it off better than the first one. What the hell is going? He wakes up again with a shocked look. On! He looked around worriedly, only to see Terry stand in front of him. Thank God one of you woken up. I've been trying forever. Kelly looks around while waking up. What do you mean forever? It only's been a few minutes. He then sees everyone shuddering in fear. No, I mean forever. Everyone here has been screaming non-stop since a while ago. Cody gets concerned. This isn't natural. He investigates further as some other people were still awake trying to get others as well, including Sierra. He takes notice of deep beside him, screaming like he was in a constant freefall. Maya keeps screaming about some shout coming at him, and Sora is about puppets. You're telling me, do you know what's causing all of this? Cody couldn't believe his eyes as he looked around. I don't know. It could be any... Years' laughter coming from the back of the plane. Wait, that laugh. It seemed familiar to him. It's the same one that Nightmare. He sees a man coming from the back with an evil grin. You. It was Count Chuck as he stood there confidently. It seems my presence has been compromised. How did you wake up from my ability? Terry and Cody got into a fighting stance. Who might you be? Chuck just stood there by a man who seemed to be taking the worst of it. That shouldn't matter to you as my ability will be in full effect. All of a sudden, the man had many deep cuts in his chest. This caused Cody to panic as he reached for his shoulder. He still felt the cut he had from the dream. Midnight, a dangerous ability. Using one's dream to kill the victim. This caused him to panic even further, but if the dream is a free fall, he looks like a dude who was still falling. Shit! Terry, try to get him beaten! His ability shouldn't allow him to attack you directly. Terry nods and he goes for an attack. Chuck seemed to disappear as Terry reached him. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. The good laughter was heard throughout the plane as Chuck came behind another man. You've got to be quicker than that. Terry was shocked to see this. Oh yeah, it's another thing. It can also appear behind anyone who was affected by this spell. Exactly. And when you affect everyone on the plane, Terry looks around to see everyone affected. Damn, of course that's a part of him. It's gonna be hard to hit. Cody is now trying to wake up Dave as he was ordered Sierra to try to get the arrows up as well. Come on, it's just a fall. You have the Phoenix. You can fly. Remember last year against Pearson? Sure, you let your fear down for your rage, but still! Dave wasn't waking up whatsoever. We are now directly down from the plane as Anto and the Dark Counts were riding the boat. Chuck was in a focused position as he sat there.
I don't get how this helps.
All he needs to do is be close enough to attack the group of people. Being at sea helps a lot with that. Once that's taken care of, all he needs to do is kill them in time. Fortunately, Chuck is exceptional at that. Why do you think he became a member of us?
I guess that would be my next question. What is the Dark Council?
Now Sister stares at him sternly. For the Dark Warriors, we are the elite class of members that attack harder than any other soldier. It is our duty to serve the Black Emperor Poisonovich whatever task we have. You can say we have the best abilities in any of the army, though there are plenty of up-and-comers that can take our spots when the chance comes. Which isn't anytime soon, or anytime near, as Chuck will effortlessly kill them. Anson stares at Chuck concernedly.
I wouldn't get too confident.
The two stare at him like he was stupid. You only lack confidence because you never met us before. Anton gave his own stare back.
No, you never met them before. Somehow, in some way, they always find a way to pull through at the end. It's one of the reasons why I lost interest over the years.
The two just take in their thoughts. Though you have a point. Be patient with our friend. He will prevail one way or another. Just give it time. It just stares back at him sternly.
Keep thinking like that. You know deep down I'm right.
This takes us back to the fight on the plane. Terry tried to attack him again, but Chuck kept going behind different people. Cody knows as well as he's trying to get the others awake.
It's not working. It's like this trance of theirs is impossible to escape.
Cody was too busy trying to figure out both situations. Terry, how do we wake up beforehand? Terry finished his last attack. I don't know. I just shook you enough until you did. This obviously didn't work out. Shook me enough? That makes no sense. Cody began to stand there thinking, there has to be some way he woke me up from my trance, unless I wasn't affected by it. He shook his head. No, I had to be. Once you're in his proximity, he gets you. There has to be another way to break the spell. Terry would try one more time, but it was to no avail. No matter how many times you try, it means nothing. I can do whatever I want with my ability. After hearing that, an idea came to mind. Wait, whatever you want. He recalls in his dream, he had the same thought, which came to the conclusion. That's it. They don't know it's a dream. They're so caught up with their emotions that the dream aspect has vanished from their mind. He didn't want to help David again. Hear me, David. It's all a dream. You aren't falling, only dreaming. It's all your mind. That echoed David's dream. There he seemed to be an endless free fall in the sky. He was screaming in fear, that is until he heard Cody's statement. All in my head? That's when Phoenix came down from to catch him. So it is a dream. Cody managed to wake him up from this dream. Chuck knows as well. Wait, how did he... Sierra, they need to be reminded it's all a dream. Help them see it. David was still waking up as Cody helped him awake. Well, glad you're up. Help us out here. David takes notice of what's going on. Oh, no you don't. I won't let you. Chuck came closer, but Terry managed to chain him up. Got ya. Terry gave a common smirk as he tossed Chuck out of the range of the people. Sierra managed to wake up Mikey and Sora with this trick, as David did with Dragonow. They all took notice of the problem while getting up at the same time. Chuck gets up to see himself get cornered. Nice try, asshole. Chuck angrily yells at them after seeing this. You think just because you got past my illusions you can beat me? I am Nightmare Chuck, the champion of the dream. What? He fell a classic punch from Mikey. Sora and David pitched in as well with their own attack. Unfortunately, this is reality. They all gave their attacks, giving Chuck the massive beatdown. This caused his fear to dissipate, and in the process, everyone else woke up from their dream. The gang themselves took time to recover. Last time I'll sleep on a plane.
You can say that again.
They all noticed he laughed while going back to their seats. That was too close. It's just like each new opponent we face is harder and harder to figure out. Yeah, we got out of it all the same. Might as well be grateful for that. I suppose, but still. He looks out the window to see the sea below. Sutton tells me he wasn't alone. Suffice to say is that I think we might be followed. Clay looks over the plane to see everyone recover in their own way. You don't think they're in this plane, do you? David took his own look. I don't know, but we need to take our next steps carefully. Meanwhile, the villains were still waiting for Chuck's spirit to return. He is taking longer than usual. Perhaps they are making it a fight. Be patient. He'll win. Chuck has taken longer before. He might be savoring this, that sick fuck. He does seem to like that. He didn't notice Chuck begin to collapse as he laid on the floor motionless. Both Nemesis and Dark Flame gave shocked looks after seeing that.
See, I told you they aren't to be taken lightly. Proven right yet again.
It's impossible. How did they break out of Chuck's trance? They figured out the secret, obviously. Dark Flame quickly composed himself. Regardless, you and I are still in this. You'll win this war no matter what, you hear me? Nemesis composed himself as well. You're right. Meaning? He looks back at Anto. He grabs him with the cape again. Tell us everything you know about them.
I'm surprised you didn't ask earlier.
Nemesis tightens his grip.
Let me go, and then I'll help you.
He does just as Anto catches his breath. How many times I'll have to tell you? Threatening people could lead to disastrous results. Nintendo filters the sea as they speak. Now we head back to the Starvanian Castle, where Darky was reading through some more files on the throne. One down, two to go. Surprisingly, their egos will only lead to fail. I honestly can't tell you who I'd rather want to win. He didn't feel the presence again. He looks around to see nothing there. That is until he knows a certain file that had an interesting pour in it. They talk about how two remaining boys caught up with the crime of trespassing.
Interesting report, wouldn't we agree?
He gets up again to see no one there. Why are you tormenting me? Why? He looks around to see nothing of value.
Because I want to see you as the Bartholomew I knew you as.
Turkey kept looking around this alien there. I've always been me, don't you see? Jake kept mumbling in the distance. Jake, it's always been me.